Yeah, sure. Okay. Good evening. My name is Jeremy, and I'm the co-founder of Dissect, an NFT lending platform that puts users' interests at the forefront. So prior to building Dissect, I was once an avid user of the lending platforms of Solana, and I often envy people who post on Twitter boasting their lending earnings. I know I couldn't reach what they have achieved simply because some loans can be pricey, especially the good ones. I started doing some market research and realized that many face the same problems. In the past month itself, there are around 2 million active wallets that are underserved by the current lending solutions and could not get the full experience of lending simply because the barrier of entry is too high. Upon getting actual feedback from the actual users, we found out that lenders are facing much bigger problems. They often miss out on loans simply because of the undercutting issues that reside in the nature of peer-to-peer platforms. This leads them to constantly update their bids just to stay. Not to mention, the risk of lending is high, but there isn't any viable option out there for lenders to control or diversify their risks. Most of the time, lenders will choose to fund project loans that they are familiar with in hopes that borrowers will not default. Dealing with defaults is also a headache for lenders. NFTs take time to sell due to their non-fungible nature. Just one default could easily leave them with an illiquid asset and lower lending capital, putting them in a tough spot. Which leads us to come up with a thesis. What if we couple a peer-to-pool lending model together with liquidity pools and fractions? That could possibly solve all of the problems that lenders are facing and give the underserved users the full experience. Introducing Dissect, the first fractionalized lending platform on Solana. Dissect operates on a peer-to-pool basis that deals with fractionalized loans. Fractionalized loans give lenders higher control over their risk and at the same time allow smaller lenders to lend into expensive loans. To paint a picture, consider Larry the lender who has 10 SOL of lending capital. On traditional lending platforms, he can only lend to projects that are within the 10 SOL range, limiting his options. Whereas on Dissect, he can lend to, for example, a blue chip project DGOTS for only 3 SOL, giving him more flexibility and also the chance to fund and possibly own a piece of the blue chip NFT. Another use case of Dissect would be when Lisa, the big lender, who has 100 SOL of lending capital, she wants to manage her lending risk properly, hence she would split that 100 SOL and diversify them across blue chip projects such as MATLAB, Solana Monkey Business, Planosaurus, and Tensorins, each at 25 SOL. If two of the loans go underwater, she still has 2 other loans that will net her profits. With our liquidity pools that are being set up, she can instantly liquidate those defaulted NFTs and she might not even take a loss overall. This is the beauty of fractionalized loans and it can never be done on any other lending platforms. As mentioned, one major difference that we bring to the table that other platforms do not have is the use of fractions. Upon a loan default, lenders will receive NFT fractions according to the percentage that they have funded on a loan. Holders of these fractions can choose to instantly liquidate them on our liquidity pools to recoup their losses, or they can reform it into a complete NFT from our treasury vault. By operating on a peer-to-pool basis, we can eliminate the bidding mechanism and lenders will no longer have to compete amongst themselves, hence completely removing the undercutting issue. The benefits of fractionalized loans are twofold: bringing more users into the market and also bringing more liquidity into the market. At the same time, it also gives lenders higher control over their risk diversification. Our liquidity pools, however, provide lenders with the option to instantly liquidate their defaulted positions, or they can even choose to purchase missing fractions to reform into one whole NFT. Seeing that we operate as a platform, we will be taking a platform fee of 0.75% on every loan that is taken on Dissect. Here's an overview of all our competitors on Solana. Not only that we are able to provide competitive rates in terms of platform fees and also APYs, we are also able to have an edge over them by operating on a peer-to-pool basis and also incorporating a layer of fractionalization, which none of the other platforms have. In the last month itself, we have completed the MVP of our platform and we will be starting our marketing and community building efforts this month. Seeing that fractionalization is still nascent in Solana, we will start with educating users on how fractionalization in lending will benefit them through content marketing in the form of threads and articles. Our core team members will also hop onto Twitter Spaces to introduce this new concept to the public as well. In the meantime, product development of the beta version will run concurrently and is already in the builds as we speak. Soon, it will be Web3 integrated and we will ship it to testnet for testing purposes. So this is our team. We are a team based in Malaysia, and collectively, we have more than 15 years of experience in design, branding and marketing, product development, and engineering. In the past, we have worked with Web2 companies such as Red Bull, Mountain Dew, Legoland, Kef, Daikin, Uga Gaming, just to name a few. We've also worked with Web3 clients such as Nekozuma NFT, Lily and Lotus Gang, Clipster, and etc. Today, we are seeking an investment of 100,000 that will cover costs such as product development, operating expenditure, and also our marketing and community building efforts. We're looking to work with an investor that can provide us with advice in going to market and also product development. Most importantly, we're looking for an investor who's willing to bet on the underdogs. We'd love nothing more than a follow-up meeting to move things forward. If you're interested, please feel free to contact us, and we are Dissect. We're confident in changing the lending landscape. Thank you.
So thank you for your brief pitchings. And now, if if our investor have some questions, you can ask them. Dissect.
Any questions? I'm open to any in terms of lending, NFTs, fractionalization, DeFi, and Solana, whatever should need.
I think some investor has left off this. So if they don't have any questions, so it's time for the last project.
Thank you guys for your
Also,
time.
thank you for your pitching, for your presentation.
Thank you, Web3 Space, for this opportunity as well.
It's very good. Also, please
yeah.
admin, you have one questions.
Yeah, I'll just reply
How's
in the
the liquidity going to work?
Okay, so to keep it short, the liquidity pools essentially will be funded by projects. I'm already in talks with a couple of projects that will provide the liquidity pools. So to keep it short, the liquidity pools are basically will be hosted in Orca or Radium, and it will be paired to Sol Fractions and also Solana. So with that, by doing that, we are technically removing the fungibility in NFTs, so treating it as tokens, so users can swap in and out of the liquidity pools. They can sell tokens, they can buy tokens, and after that they can reform it into one whole NFT. So there's no need for marketplaces whatsoever when we're dealing with fractions. Yeah, thank you for your question. Are there any more?
So, I think you don't have any question anymore. So
Yeah,
thank you, Dissect,
I'll
again. So thank you and good night.